Hey, this is Mrs. Whitling. I am a fifth grade teacher on Team Inspire, and I want to tell you why it's important to share your story. I can think of times in my life when someone has shared their story with me, and even if I couldn't relate to it in the moment, later down the road, I recalled that story and it brought me peace, knowing someone else had been through what I was facing and came out on the other side. I think it's also important to share your story because it just helps us to understand one another and know what you're walking through and be able to come alongside that person and encourage them in whatever they're facing. So I also love this quote I heard about sharing your story, and it's courage is to tell the story of who you are with your whole heart. So I know it takes courage and vulnerability to share your story. And those are not always easy to do, but really important to do, especially as we think about being an MI family. So good luck.
Hi everyone, I'm Liddy Mathai.
And I'm Jill Gasson. And we wanted to talk about why it is important to share your story. So Liddy, why do you think it's important to share your story?
I think it's really important to share your story with your community of students or with your families or with your colleagues and your teaching partners, because I think it helps us all feel connected. I know that when another teacher says that, I tried this project and it didn't work, it really makes me feel like it's okay to make mistakes and that others are doing it too. And it actually helps me to take more risks. So I know I'm trying to be more vulnerable with my students and share my story so that they can see themselves reflected too. Jill, what about you? Why is it important to share your story?
Well, I always appreciate when others share their story with me because I only know my story and my perspective on things. So when I hear stories from people who are really different than my story, it helps me gain different perspectives, different ways of looking at things, helps me understand them more. So hopefully by sharing my story, that does the same for them.
Right. That's it. See ya.
It's really easy for people to make a judgment about someone that they know nothing about. And every person has a different background, different experiences that have formed them into the person that they are. So when we share our story and when we listen to someone else's story, we're building a relationship with that person. We are seeking to understand that person. And we are building respect, and we're building relationships, and we're building culture. And that's why it is so important to share your story.